Okay, so in this lab, we're going to be separating, first we're going to be making putting three pure substances together to make a mixture. We got calcium carbonate, a chalky powder, white crystalline potassium iodide. You're going to weigh those out. To weigh them, you'll need to get weigh paper, put it on the scale, and then hit 0. That way you don't have to subtract out the weigh paper, right? Then you can put it directly on there. I'll put 0.5 grams in my test tube, 0.5 grams of this in my test tube, and then I'll add some water. Make sure you use the graduated cylinder to measure the volume of water. We don't mix in the graduated cylinder, we'll mix in the test tube. You'll do that. You'll do, then you'll need to filter. So at first we make it, then we filter it. To use the filter paper, don't just cram it in there. Fold it in half, fold it in a quarter, and then rather than do half and half, take 3 to one side, 1 to the other, and then you'll be able to use solubility to filter out the calcium carbonate. It being solid will not go through the filter. The potassium iodide and water will, right, because it's soluble. Right? The next part of that, we'll use distillation. We'll see that, and we'll talk about that in class. We'll use the boiling point to separate the potassium iodide. The potassium iodide is very high boiling point. The water does not, so the water will boil off, and then we'll condense it using a distillation tube. The second procedure is using chromatography to filter out the ink in black ink. So what you're going to do is you're going to measure a certain height, centimeter up, and then what you'll do is add some water, right? And I believe it again says a specific amount in there. Use yours. I'm just highlighting what you want to make sure. The biggest thing here is that you make sure we don't have our dot directly in this water here, where the water has to travel up. And that will be lab 4.